I wanted to get into at least a little bit of the college football weekend. And you need to check out Bet Saracen and the Bet Saracen app because they are the number one app here in the state of Arkansas. Don't listen to anybody that says otherwise because they're lying to you. Bet Saracen's the only app that you need. You can download it on your iPhone. You can download it on your Android. You can visit BetSaracen.com. And as a reminder, folks, a week from this Sunday, we are going to be live down there at the Saracen Casino in Pine Bluff, where, of course, Arkansas is doing the tour. What is it called again? The Tour of Arkansas or Tour?
Off tour.
Tip-off tour. Yeah, they're going to be in Pine Bluff that day, and we're going to be there at the Sportsbook there at the Saracen Casino Resort. So if you're in the area, come out and hang out with us, and we'll give you more details and nail down the time once we figure out when the team's going to be there and all that. But we'll keep you updated on that. But either way, we're going to be live streaming down there on that Sunday, so be sure to check it out. But a few games going on this weekend. If you need our SEC picks, just go to InsideArkansas.com. We've put up all those picks up there, and you'll see how we feel against the spread and everything. But some of the I hate to say the non-good games because there are some good games, but in the SEC, it's really the one that matters the most. But you got some action tonight, some top 25 action. You got Oregon, still number 6 in the country, taking on Michigan State. This one's being played in Eugene. Oregon 23.5-point favorites tonight. Probably taking them.
Yeah, it seems like Oregon's kind of started to figure it out. You know, they got off to a slow start. They didn't lose, but they were kind of messing around with teams they shouldn't have. They've been pretty good here lately. And Michigan State, they're just whatever that head coach was, making out with the chick who gives the speeches or whatever the hell is going on there. It's just been downhill since then.
He was sexually harassing the sexual harassment coordinator.
That's right. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, man.
Dude,
they're struggling. I like Oregon big in that one.
Have we ever gotten like the resolve from that? Because there was so much going on, and like Michigan State came to her and like wanted her to say all these things so they could fire him with cause. I was like, well, you probably shouldn't have paid him like $10 million a year after 1 year, anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a weird story, man. Weird story.
Yeah.
But I got
By the way,
big.
I think Mariota might be losing tonight.
Syracuse.
I really think they're it's going to be interesting. I mean, also it says a lot about UNLV that they're 6-point favorites against Syracuse, who's got a 5-star at quarterback, and they're I know they did just lose to somebody stupid, Stanford maybe.
Yeah, at home.
They are coming off a horrible loss, but I think that's going to be a sneaky good game.
Syracuse is in the ACC, right? Yeah, they're in the ACC. That's why it throws me off. Yeah, it throws me off when it's like they're losing to Stanford, doesn't it? The ACC game.
I know.
That is a big win for Stanford. Their first ACC game on a Friday night in New York.
Yeah, the battle of the big S's as logos. That's what happened. See, other games of note outside of the SEC, Clemson and Florida State. Man, that would have been a great game 5 weeks ago. Like getting excited for the season, but man, Florida State sucks. But
Florida State made a quarterback change though. Did they get a bump?
Clemson 14.5-point favorites in this one according to Bet Saracen.
Hey, did y'all know Cade Klubnik is the number 1 rated quarterback PFF in the country?
Did not.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently they forgot to watch his game against Georgia, but since then he's thrown like 2 incomplete passes, and Clemson's been absolutely hammering folks, bro.
I would not have guessed that he'd be in that.
They beat that same NC State team that Tennessee beat that stinks.
Well, I'm not even going to get into games because we're going to run out of time. But I'll tell you what, we have the double R prop plays on Bet Saracen. I didn't talk to him about them yesterday. A few of these, I don't know if you guys had a chance to really look over to them, but I don't know. I don't like a lot of these, I'm going to be honest. But one of the ones that I do like, though, and I actually already put on some money on it. I like the Jaquindon Jackson over 15.5 carries and over 74.5 rushing yards. I do like that one because I think they're going to really, really, really try to feed him. But I also like the one of where I just lost it there. Oh, I like the one with Jaquindon Jackson also over 2.5 receptions and over 24.5 receiving yards for plus 275.
I do like that.
John, you've danced around the Jaquindon Jackson one that I really love, which is him and Taylon Green.
Yes. Yep.
Over 1.5 combined rushing touchdowns, plus 350, 2 rushing touchdowns between them. Either one apiece, whatever, plus 350. Arkansas, as we talked about it, has 0 passing touchdowns in the red zone this year. They run the ball down there. I don't hate that bet. Now, the problem is Arkansas is going to have to score 2 touchdowns. That's
at some point.
But plus 350, come on.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that one up because I had it too, but I was gonna like set it up once we got to the more rare ones. But no, that's for sure one. That's for sure.
You kept saying Jaquin Jackson. I was like, oh yeah, he's going for the one that I like. Yep. And then you would go for a different one.
all the Jaquin Jackson props, just hammer them if that's the case. Is there any other ones that you guys like that you see in there? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I shouldn't say not their best word, which is like Tennessee's. I don't know. It's tough against a defense like this. Like I look at Jaquin Jackson's thing on the surface. I'm like, yeah, shoot, 16 carries, 75 yards, sure, but they're giving up 50 a game,
right?
And you say it's skewed, but then is Arkansas's numbers not skewed? Like everybody's is at this point in the year. So I don't know, man. We're not feeling Ty Broden over 2.5 receptions and 29.5 receiving yards. What
you just got witty in the chat.
This is a tough one. I could see him having like a 35-yard grab or something, but 2.5 receptions. He's gonna have to catch the ball 3 times.
What about Brad Spence? Over 5.5 tackles, over a half a sack.
He has been pass rushing.
Yeah.
He's gonna need to make a lot of tackles in this game.
Brad Spence has been playing some pretty good football, considering the fact that he kind of got like demoted. You know what I mean? Like because they pretty much are starting dicks over him. He's been playing really well. Highest graded defender last week, and the sack I like because they do send him on a blitz at least once or twice a game.
Yeah, it's crazy that you're only asking Sori then to get one more tackle, 6.5 tackles and a half sack at plus 230. I like that one better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to say that one. What's that?
Devin Bale, over 5.5 punts and longest punt over 52.5 yards. That's plus 210. I think he's going to be punting a good bit. I think he punted 5 times last week or like 4 or 5. Like he punted a good bit. He's had several 50-yard punts this year. So like the 53-yard punt, I can see. Yeah. Normally when they do this prop, they'll be like 57.5 or something like that. I think he can get a 54-yard punt. And I mean, he just got to punt 6 times.
You know what his longest punt is of the year?
58.
52.
No way.
Yeah.
That's why they set it at that. So he'd have to have his seasonal. Well, maybe so. Hey, I think I agree, though. They are going to be punting. Like Arkansas will be punting in this game. I also like the game specials because these are the ones, man, where you can, make some cheddar cheese if you end up hitting on it. But these are the ones that give you the pretty high odds there. I don't know why, guys, and I'm probably crazy. And I'm probably going to, get ripped for this. But I like the plus 2,500 where each team scores a touchdown and a field goal in each half.
Yeah, it's not bad.
For plus 2,500.
I like that. That's my favorite one.
Yep.
23-20. That's pretty much what you're asking for right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that one. So I guess also just like each team to score 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, period, is 13-1. Don't hate that either. But I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well do the 25-1.
I'm not interested in any of those that end with each quarter.
Absolutely not.
Quarter's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like the half ones because even like if you want plus 210, plus 210 is 4 touchdowns or more to be scored in each half. That's totaled with the team and both teams and everything. That's still a lot though. Like 28 points in each half. It might be too much. But yeah, the ones with the quarter, they scare me. They scare me. But if you're trying to swing for the fences, folks, plus 4,000 according to Bet Saracen, each team to score 1 pass touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown in each half. You know what's crazy is I actually like that one more than some of the ones that are lower odds.
I like that a lot more than the quarter ones, like you said.
Oh yeah,
I don't hate it. I mean, because look, that's 2 touchdowns in each half, which like sounds like a lot. It's really not. It just puts a lot of onus on the red zone offenses. And then it's just going to be frustrating whenever it's like 3 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
But I mean, 40-1, it's just one of those things where like, if anyone gives you 40-1 odds on pretty much anything in life,
take it.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Uncle Rico's like, hey, I could throw the ball over those mountains 40-1. It's like, I'll take it.
Do it. Well, I was even saying that, hey, you bet $5 a piece on a couple of these, you win one, you win your money back and plus some. So you're like, odds are one of them is going to hit, you would think. But some good specials. That is
the thing, though. They could all just not. I'll tell you one more on the player ones that I just kind of thought of because I feel like we should always mention it. Taylon Green's yardage props always seem optimistic, but then his yardage is like the one thing that he's been pretty consistent with. You know, I know he didn't have the rushing last week, but his is plus 275 to have 215 passing yards and 45 rushing yards. I feel like, I mean, it's not like, I know that Tennessee's now Tennessee gives up like less than 200 yards offense per game. So, I mean, it's still optimistic, but like, again, I always kind of say this every week, but like, there's a path to Arkansas losing by like 20 and him still hitting that, if that makes sense. And at plus 275, I don't think it's crazy.
I think it should be a hell of a lot higher than that. Like, you're asking him single-handedly to have like 75 yards more offense than Tennessee gives up as a team.
Yeah. What was Oklahoma's offense against Tennessee? Was it like 300 or something like that? It wasn't a ton.
You look it up right now.
I should know this answer.
But yeah, if you're looking at it from there, yeah, the total stats here, Oklahoma had 222 yards total offense.
Well, yeah, so he'd have to literally do that by himself. Although
36 yards rushing is what they had. 36.
But you're 100% right about Talon usually getting his yardage.
Yes.
Because every week we do that where we're like, oh, the yardage, that's a lot of yardage. But then he'll have like 278 passing against A&M. Weirdly enough, just had like the 5 rushing yards or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's also good too for just a random stat too. Like Tennessee is a very penalized team, so you know that's something that maybe the crowd can get into and help out a little.